Buenos días a todos.
Buenos días. Okay, done.
All right, so you should see my screen now.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So first of all, thank you on your attendance today. We will speak about takeover process in terms of changing the dealer of record of the customer and the project. And also, I would like to cover in general the whole procedure when we are changing ownership of the project. Not just when dealer is changed, but also when we change the customer of the Control4 project, because it makes a lot of confusion. What procedure is for dealer change, what procedure is for customer change, when to do which one, and what is the whole process. So I will cover in details three different scenarios depending what is changing on the project. Is customer changing, is dealer changing, or both customer and dealers are changing at the same time. Regarding the process itself, we introduced a change like 6 or more months ago, which introduced the mandatory use of OVRC Pro Hub in order to migrate to the OVRC, in OVRC. But now, the latest change, which is released around 1 month ago, or a little bit more, we simplified that process even more. So now, when you do change dealer of record, you do not need to be on site at all, and you do not need to use OVRC Pro Hub. Everything can be done from the customer portal with easy selection of the new dealer and then acceptance from the new dealer in OVRC. But I'll explain everything of that in detail. So let's start first to see what scenarios we have, like potential change of the project ownership from the dealer side or the customer side, what scenarios we have available. So first of all, first scenario is the simplest one, and that is scenario where we do not change dealer of record. We change only the account where our Control4 project is registered. So a typical case like this is when the property where Control4 is installed is sold or transferred to a new owner, then only end user changes while the installer stays the same. So that means the installer which maintained the property is the same, just the owner of the house, owner of the project is changed in that case. So that means the dealer itself still manage the same project, but the customer, which is owner of the project, is different. So the whole procedure looks like this. So we have a set of dealer who is owner of the customer account, who is owner of the project, and we generally move our dealer and project to the new customer. That means our project needs to be registered under new customer account, and that new customer account is added to the same dealer. So changing just the customer account where our Control4 is registered is not affecting the setup. Generally, the whole configuration of the Control4 project is stored locally on the controller. So change of the account where controller is registered is not affecting anything related in the configuration on the system design side in the composer. So you do not need to implement any changes there. But what is changed, what potentially can be different when you do customer swap is the licensing. Because when you assign Foresight license to the project, the license is not linked to the controller, it is linked to the account. That means when I change my customer where my controller is registered, I lose any licensing assigned to that account. So generally, new customer of the old project needs to buy from the beginning Foresight licensing in order to have advanced services which are cloud-based, like intercom anywhere, remote access, and for example, push notifications. So everything cloud-based related to the licensing will be lost when we switch to the new customer, and new customer needs to buy those licenses from the beginning. And that is the only change when we switch from one customer to the another when we speak about Control4 project. So that is the first scenario. In the first part of the training, I will just cover and describe those three scenarios for changing the customer and the dealer. And after that, I will go to the demo and explain again how it is done on field. So this covers the first scenario. The second scenario is the standard dealer of record change. So dealer of record means that we have the same project with the same customer, but for any reason, the customer decides to change his dealer, his installer, or the person who is maintaining his project. So in this case, Control4 project doesn't have any change in terms of how it is registered because it remains registered to the same customer. It still holds the same licensing which are linked to that customer. And from the Control4 point of view, everything is completely the same. But what is different is that who is owner of the customer, to which dealer that customer belongs. That means that end customer, which is owner of the project, is changing the dealer of record in terms who is in charge for maintaining, which dealer is in charge for maintaining that customer. So it looks like this. So we have dealer, customer, and project. And when we switch the customer and project, we simply move it to the new dealer. So that is the second scenario, and that is the most common scenario which we have. So this relation customer project remains intact. Only what is changed is relation dealer customer. That means dealer is now listed under the new the customer is now listed under the new dealer. So new dealer will see this customer in the list of his customers, while the old dealer, dealer A, will simply not have any access to the customer after this movement is done. So that is the second scenario. We changed just the dealer of record while the ownership, that means customer account, remains the same on the project. In this case, all the licensing, all the setup like before, they are linked to the customer account and they remain they remain the same. So from the Control4 point of view, there is no any difference. And we have the third scenario where we have situation that both customer account and dealers are changed. So this scenario introduces complete change for the Control4 project, not just the customer account where dealer remains the same, but also there is a new customer and a new dealer which takes over the whole project. A typical scenario for this is that, for example, homeowner sells the smart home and the new owner chooses his own dealer, his own Control4 dealer, installer to register to his new account the project and to maintain it. Also, the second scenario can be in, for example, commercial environment. The company relocates its office, and IT installer is completely changing the customer account where it is registered, and completely new company is owning the same project now. Also, if we have some rental house with a Control4 project, when new customer moves in, a new customer can choose to change the dealer who is maintaining the property to change the installer, and in that case we have a new customer account where Control4 is registered, and new dealer. So in that case, the whole process of shifting is like this. So project is moving from the dealer A and customer A to completely new customer B and dealer B. This situation is the most complicated because when we have situation like this, that we have a new customer and new dealer, in most of the cases, we will not have access to the customer portal of customer A. So in generally, the when registering the project to customer B, new dealer B needs to be on site and use the old procedure in order to firstly do the migration of the whole site from the dealer A to dealer B, then to unregister and to register to new customer B. Uh, in most of the cases, when we change just the dealer, like in scenario 2, the end customer can do that migration by himself through the customer portal. And generally, what is the most important is that the whole migration process should be done from the customer portal because the end customer is owner of the property and he decides what the new dealer will be. So only in situations where we don't have access into the customer portal, like situation like this, we would need to go on site and do the like force migration, the scanning locally on the local area network, hold the network and move it to the new dealer, to the new overseas site. So now when we have clarified those three scenarios, just to explain how one or the another are done in OVRC. So we have scenario where dealer is the same and customer is changed. We have scenario where dealer is changed and customer is the same. And the third scenario where we changed both new customer with the new dealer. So first, I will explain how we manage the situation where we are changing the customer account to which Control4 is registered. So in that case, we have one dealer and we do not change the dealer of record at all. So we have, for example, this site Rec2, and we would like to unregister it from the existing dealer and to register from the existing customer and to register it to the new customer. So in that case, we just go to the customer site of the old customer, go to categories, and here in manage, we can unregister the controller from the existing customer. So in order to assign it to the another customer, we need to move that controller to the new customer site. So in this case, in the list of customers, I have this example like change customer, like a new customer. And I will transfer my controller from the old customer, and it is unregistered now. It is core 3 in this case. And I'll say transfer, and I will transfer it to the customer site which I created. So in this case, it is change customer site and click transfer. So now when I finish the transfer, I can remove all of the devices from this location and delete this site of the old customer. And then when I go to the new customer site, my core controller will scan that site and scan the site from the beginning and re-add all the devices here on this side with the new customer. So generally, I need to unregister the controller, create new customer site, add the controller to the new customer site, delete the previous location, and everything will be populated here from the beginning. When we speak about the registration, it is done the same way like before. So I go to categories, manage, and simply I register then my controller to the new customer, which is assigned to this new customer site. So just as you can see here, the whole procedure is done within the same dealer. The dealer is just creating new customer site, unregistering controller from the old, moving it to the new customer site, and register it from the start to completely new customer. So just have in mind, don't forget when you are doing this, when you transfer your controller, unregister and transfer your controller to the new site, don't forget on the old site to delete all of the devices or simply to delete the whole site, to delete the whole location in order to unclaim all the devices which are under the old customer site and to be able to appear when the controller on the new site is scanning the network. So we are physically not moving anything. The controller stays where it is. We are just deleting everything from the old customer and they should be re-added, rescanned on the new customer site. Okay, so let me just return my controller back to the original site. I will do transfer once again because I don't want to have it here. Transfer customer back to. Okay, and just to re-register it again. So the same process of registration is done with the new customer as well. So I could just go to manage and register. Say a link to existing project. And that is this one. When you are doing completely new customer, you are creating like a new project here. Okay, so that is the first scenario. As you can see, it is quite straightforward. It comes to that to unregister controller, create new customer site, add the controller to new site, delete the previous location, and register it to the new one. Everything is done with the same dealer. So that is like the first scenario, changing just the customer. The second scenario is the main topic of today's training, and that is changing the dealer of record. That means end customer is still the same. End customer is still has ownership of the same Control4 project, but for any reason, end customer would like to swap between the dealers. He would like to have the new dealer of record, the new installer who is maintaining his project. So the biggest change which we introduced last is related to the place where this migration is done. So we do not need anymore from OVRC to create like a new overseas site and to add OVRC Pro Hub to do the migration. We can finish everything from the customer portal. So from this point, when customer would like to change the dealer, it is really important that end customer has access, that has username and password of his own customer portal account. So for that reason, it has to be clear to the installers, to the dealers, when doing the registration of the Control4 project, that customer account, customer email, and password are ownership of the end customer, and end customer has to have it in order to be able easily later to manage their project on their own. So we will suppose that end customer has username and password of his account, and what is the first step is that end customer logs into the customer portal. So let's go now to the customer portal here, and end customer uses his username and password on which this project is registered. Just find it. Here it is. And like before the latest change, the end customer goes to my account, Smart Home Pro, and end customer from here can select new dealer of record. There will be short questionnaire. What is the reason of changing of dealer of record? Let's say inconvenient location. Continue. End customer needs to confirm that he understands the whole procedure and what's happening after. Continue. And customer selects a new dealer of record by typing the name of the company. So in this case, this is my second dealer. And when clicks confirm, the customer account is pending for the approval from the new dealer. So I'm selecting the new dealer. And now my customer account is in pending state, waiting for a new integrator to accept the new customer. So what is different to the latest change is that a new integrator from this point doesn't need to go on site with OVRC Pro Hub. New integrator will see the pending invitation directly in OVRC account without need to be on the end customer site. So let me show you how it looks like. So this is the old dealer. As you can see, old dealer doesn't have this customer site anymore. So there is no any devices and the status is transferred. That means the end customer requested change of the dealer of record. So the old dealer can simply delete this location. And also there are emails automatically sent to the end customer and to the dealer in order to inform them what's happening. So generally, we have new dealer receives the information with email like this. Hello, Snipan DO. That is like a name of the dealer. This email informs you that customer has requested account migration to your account. So this is the name of the end customer, and this is contact of the end customer, and the new dealer receives the information that this is pending request. The end customer receives the email to inform the end customer that for that account, the request for change of dealer of record is sent. So if this is not triggered by the end customer, if account is hacked or whatever happened without consent of the end customer can be informed and he should contact our customer support in order to check why his account is asked for change of dealer of record without knowing of the end customer himself. So this should be definitely triggered by the end customer. So end customer will get email of notification. And also the old dealer will get email to be notified. This is the name of the old dealer, that one of the customer initiated change of the dealer of record. So that way the old dealer will also be aware that specific customer with this name is changing the dealer, and that customer will not be under his customer list anymore. So those 3 emails are sent. And now I need to go to the OVRC site of the new dealer to see what's happening on that site. So let's log in here. So it is here. And here, this is something completely new. The new dealer in customer list will have this information, new customer spending. So when a new dealer accepts the new customer, the whole process is finished. And the complete OVRC site with customer account, with all the devices, is added to the new dealer. So as you can see, there is no any need to plug in OVRC Pro Hub to create manually the site. Everything is done automatically with a single click. Of course, new dealer has an option to refuse the new customer. If new dealer refuses the new customer, end customer will have status that his account is not assigned to any dealer anymore. And the end customer needs in customer portal, in that case, to select the new dealer of record. If new dealer accepts the new customer, he has 2 options: to select to add this location under existing customer, or to create completely new customer. In this case, I already have, let's say, some locations from this customer, so I will just add it to existing customer here, and I click accept customer. And with this simple click, everything from the all devices from the previous OVRC sites from the previous dealer will completely moved to the new dealer. So here I have this new customer listed with whole list of devices here and with the same registration, because in this case we didn't change the registration of the project. We kept the same customer, we just changed the dealer. So as you can see, it is significantly simplified. Just with a single click, new dealer accepts the customer, and the OVRC site just appears in the new dealer customer list. But just have in mind, in order to get this properly configured, the end customer has to have access to customer portal and to select a new dealer of record. But from the OVRC side, everything is automatic, everything is straightforward now. So when a new dealer accepts the end customer, the end customer will get a notification that the new dealer of record accepted this customer, and that now dealer of record for this account is new dealer here. And we have contact information of the new dealer. So end customer is notified when new dealer accepts the customer himself. So that is the second scenario, and that is, as you can see, quite simple to do, because everything is done from the customer portal. Only what new dealer needs to do is to accept the site, the new customer, and whole site is appearing on the new dealer site. Okay, so just to show you when process is finished on the customer portal. On the customer portal, this pending will be removed, and the status will be like this: new dealer without pending. So that means process is successfully finished, and new dealer accepted migration of the customer to his own customer list. Okay, so we have also one additional scenario where we have both first scenarios combined. We have also changed of dealer of record, and we have change of the dealer of the customer account as well. In that case, it is like new owner is moving into the house with Control4 project, and he doesn't know who was the old installer. Neither old installer is managing the property anymore, and he brings with himself the new Control4 dealer who needs to do takeover of the whole project. So in that case, we simply don't have, let's say, we don't have contact with the old customer. We don't have access to the customer portal of the old customer. We need to do the system takeover in the old way using the OVRC Pro Hub. So the first step in that case would be to, for the new dealer, would be to go on site, to plug in OVRC Pro Hub, to create new OVRC site, which is used for the customer migration. So I will go again to the previous dealer now. And this is my migration account. I added already my OVRC Pro Hub. And I need to do migration of my controller to this site, to this dealer. So this is more or less the same like it was before we introduced this latest change when you changed the dealer of record completely from the customer portal. So the OVRC Pro Hub is able to start the migration, to force the migration process by scanning the local area network and by identifying the controller. So in this case, I'll go to categories and I go to remote management, Pro Tools, and here the last option is begin system takeover. I click on it and I answer three simple questions. So what is the situation I have? Are you currently listed as dealer of record? No, because I'm doing the change of dealer of record. Are you taking over the system because the end customer has changed? Yes, the end customer is also changed. I don't have access to customer portal. And is Control already installed on the system? Yes, we have Control4 system. So here you have the short instructions. What are the next steps to do? So generally, I do the takeover. Then I need, when everything is moved, I need to scan the new location and do the unregistration of the controller, and then do the handoff of the system to the new customer, which is linked to the new customer site, to the customer site on the new dealer. So let's click next, start the takeover. And the OVRC Pro Hub, like before, needs some time to detect on the local area network, to detect registered controllers and to list what devices it discovered. So just have in mind, this takeover using the OVRC Pro Hub is generally used only if we don't have credentials of the old customer and old customer cannot initiate takeover process from the customer portal. And we need to be on site to scan it locally to get all the information and to move it that way, in that case. So now I'm scanning the local area network. In most of the cases, it takes less than 1 minute. That, of course, depends on the size of the network. If network is bigger, if more devices needs to be discovered, in that case, the scanning will last longer. For smaller networks, it's faster. So he detected a couple of projects on this local area network. I'm referring to this one. That is the project I would like to move. And he also discovered like 6 devices there. So I will just click continue takeover. And my complete OVRC site is moved to the new dealer now. In categories, what I need to do, I go to manage, and I need to unregister the controller from the old pro or from the old customer, because in this case we are changing customer and the dealer. And I start registration from the beginning to the new customer. So it is the current project for this site, let's say like this. I'm not linking into any existing project, and it is registering controller to the new customer now. I already did initial registration on this site, so it is keeping my temporary credentials. So when you create the site first time, first it will register it to temporary credentials, and then after that you do takeover. So generally now, let's say that this controller is shifted to the new dealer and registered to the new customer on the new dealer. And just to show you once again regarding the customer list, I have this migration account not in use, so it is used just for the OVRC Pro Hub. The devices are not shifted to this account, but completely new account is created. It is fully shifted from the old dealer, and it is located here with all devices here. So that is the way how you do it all the way with OVRC Pro Hub if you don't have access to the old customer, and old customer cannot initiate the change of the dealer of record. So you are doing everything on site and changing the dealer, unregistering and registering to the new customer. Okay, so generally, yes, just one more note. When we speak about the OVRC Pro Hub and the site used to start migration process, it can be deleted, so we can use that OVRC Pro Hub on other site. Just don't forget to, when you finish one migration of the customer site, don't forget to delete your OVRC Pro Hub to use it on some other site. Okay, so that completes short explanation of the scenarios which we have for the takeover and short demo of it. I hope this all looks quite straightforward to you. Generally, the most important thing which you need to remember is that if you are changing just the dealer of record, everything is finished through the customer portal. So end customer needs to know his email and password for his customer account to initiate change the dealer of record, and the new dealer just needs to accept it, and that is all. So it can be finished in less than a minute. Of course, everything is followed with notifications. The old dealer is notified that customer moved. The new dealer is notified that customer requests new dealership from that dealer. And at the end, when new dealer accepts it, the customer is notified that the process is fully done and the migration is finished. Okay, is there any question to this? Just to point out, when we speak about OVRC Pro Hub and local scanning, you always have that option. I would strongly recommend, if you do not need to use it, just use the new procedure through the customer portal like it is supposed to be used. OVRC Pro Hub, we can say like that, OVRC Pro Hub is like a last resort. If for any reason we don't have access to customer portal or end customer changed or end customer cannot remember, doesn't know his username and password. So only in that case we should stick to OVRC ProHub.
Okay, I think no
Okay.
questions.
I think that means everything is clear. So I
Yes,
hope
it was
I
very,
hope that
very clear. Thank you so much.
no worries. In any case, if you have any problems during this procedure or something you have like some specific situation which is not covered with scenarios I have here, uh, always feel free to contact Genesis as a first level of support, and we can work together to find the best solution. If you are doing some specific migration or you introduced some specific issues during the setup, and we can help you to finish that together.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. If there is no any questions, I would like to thank you on your attendance today, and have a nice day ahead. Bye bye.